Oh, hello folks. Here we are, May 15th, and long weekend. Trust everybody is well, and still winning at that game of tag with Wuhan. It's interesting, we see our authorities are telling everybody to stay close to home, forget cottages and that sort of thing. And I noticed this morning on his regular come out of my bedroom and speak at the bottom of my stairs, nobody asked the Prime Minister whether or not he was going to the lake. Because as you remember, over Easter, he told everybody else to stay home and he went to the lake. So it was sort of interesting. Yeah, watching our officials and our politicians and everybody sort of trying to figure out what to do, it's sort of scary. It's as scary as watching and researching all the people who are playing with deadly viruses. Some trying to weaponize, some trying to sort of find a cure, supposedly. But it reminds me, when I was growing up, I grew up on a farm in the prairies, and one summer two of my brothers decided they were going to have a wiener roast on a straw pile. And of course they took all the precautions. They had a bucket of water in case things went sideways. And it didn't take long after they lit the fire that the bucket of water just didn't help. Things had gone sideways. And fortunately nobody was killed. No animals were lost. I think a couple of barns and the straw pile were gone. But it was an intriguing time. So as I watch all these professionals dither-dather around, our politicians trying to figure out when we're going to open, when we won't, different scientists arguing it's man-made, it's not man-made, everybody has their opinion. The ones that have their opinion aren't really showing us data, they're just making a statement. And of course, those medical people who do look at data, who are open to changing the mind if the data and science proves right, are interesting people. That's who I watch. And so I'm going to put a couple of clips, like I always do, at the bottom, if you wish to watch them. And once again, I think I've listed these fellows before, but I'll list some of the doctors who really do look at data and testing and are open-minded to sort of move with it as the information comes in. They don't sort of nail their foot to the floor and spin in circles. And you wouldn't expect that of a science community and a medical community, but they do that. And World Health Organization are the biggest clowns when it comes to that. And I use that word with all respect. Well, in all disrespect, because all you have to do is go back. I've been following this since January, beginning of January. And the word that comes down and how they all claim it's on science and data, and this is why we made up our mind, never show us the science and data. They just use that phrase, and we're the experts, just believe us. But anyway, that all reminds me, like I say, of that time way back in the prairies when my two younger brothers decided to have a wiener roast on top of the straw pile. As I watch a lot of these scientists and doctors and World Health Organization people, politicians and bureaucrats, just really, some of them, I think power has gone to their head. Not all of them, but some of them. I think they get a kick out of being able to control a lot of people, or supposedly control a lot of people. But they remind me of a bunch of professionals on top of the straw pile having a wiener roast, with a bucket of water there just in case things go sideways. Another video, you probably have seen it, the police officer out of Washington State who was fired for insubordination. I sort of liked his attitude. And I think his name was Anderson. I think it was Anderson, but I'm not sure. I could put a clip on that if they haven't taken it off. Maybe you've already seen it. But as I watched and listened to him, I wondered, that's like a lot of the RCMP officers I know as I was growing up. They had that attitude. And I was wondering if the RCMP had given him a call. Yeah, because he had the right attitude about police work, I thought. Don't chase civilians who are doing nothing, just trying to get by. Look after, people have rights. And he talks about their constitution. Of course, we have a Charter of Rights and Freedoms in Canada. And I think I posted paragraph 2 of that the other day. And we get that changed by all sorts of bylaws, laws, and what have you. People just override it. And they make a mockery of the whole thing. But other than that, that's all for today. I'll put those links on, and here's to a really great weekend. Don't get in trouble with your bylaw officers, but have fun in a safe way. Have a wild weekend in a positive sense. Take care, and bye for now.